This is the sample note bar graph, and it needs the note F. That note F right in the middle there is missing. So we would, we really wanted, we've got a lot of the note E and not too much of the note F sharp here. I mean, we could just play the note F and its activating note on the pitch pipe and help bring that back in to the overall graph there. Now, listening to harmonics, this is an art in itself, because most people aren't used to using their ears that way, that much detail. Me, on the other hand, or anyone who's been classically trained and sat in the symphony orchestra, knows that you need to play, you know, your notes perfectly in tune, perfectly in rhythm, perfectly in balance. According, are you playing harmony? Are you playing melody? Are you playing, you know, rhythmic stuff? You need to listen to everything going on around you, and your part needs to fit in. So musicians develop incredible listening skills. So I'm trying to break down for you how to hear these harmonics. What you want to do first is identify the fundamental in as many octaves as you can. Don't just listen to the main fundamental. I mean, stretch your hearing and try to see if you can hear an octave. Well, it's going to be very quiet, much less loud than the fundamental. The amplitude will be much less. But if you're a good listener, you'll be able to hear it. Then we want you to try and pick out other harmonics, these demonstrations that I'm going to do coming up shortly. The loudest two notes will be the fundamental, which is being blown into the horn, and the note being sung into the horn. So the rest of the notes that sound in the chord are going to be harmonics. So I'm going to pick up my French horn here right now, and I'm going to play a C, and I'm going to sing a C, an octave higher, and hopefully you will hear the harmonic G. So here's the note C that I'm going to play on the horn. And I'm going to sing. Hopefully you could hear both the octaves and a little bit more. And if you can't identify, because you're not a trained musician, you don't know what notes you're hearing, just try to hear other notes and other sounds besides the harmonic. This one makes it a little bit easier. If I play a C into the horn and I sing an A, you're going to hear the F pop up in the middle. Horn playing the C, and then I'm going to sing the A. And you're going to hear Now notice that it takes a little bit, it takes a few seconds for the harmonics to pop in, because the sound has to have space to expand. So instantly, when I begin playing, you don't hear as rich a sound. As I sustain the sound longer and longer, more and more harmonics will grow out of it. And that's why it's very, very important to take a really big breath, and why we have to talk about breathing. Let's see, there's some things going on in the chat here. From Brian to everyone, is there a difference between the note being digitally or analog produced in a recording? Is the part going wah, wah, wah the harmonic? Yes. Yes, Brian. The part going wah, wah, wah is the harmonic. Let's go to the next slide. And I'll show you an example of an experiment that I did with an aura imaging camera. As I knew the sounds that I was playing, these harmonic sounds that I was playing intuitively on my horn, were making me feel a whole lot better, and making my immune system very strong, giving me lots of energy, and I was only doing it maybe 10 to 15 minutes a day, but it was seriously affecting my health for the better. And so I found a way to use an aura imaging camera and do before and after pictures concentrating on certain chakras. So this picture on the left is the before picture. When I walked into the shop where the camera was, this was the first picture that we took. And then I played what I call horn and voice harmonics on my horn for a couple of minutes, and this is the after picture. So when I played my horn and sang into it, creating harmonics corresponding to the large and small circulation, so the heart and the little capillaries, and playing sounds to boost the energy of that. Those systems of the body have to do with the heart. And so the aura imaging camera noted the difference in the vibrational frequency of the heart chakra after I played these sounds. It said the vibration of the heart chakra accelerated from the frequency correlating to the color blue to the frequency correlating to the color violet. And then the software in the camera said the color violet meant glowing with a magical spiritual inner light and guided by a higher power. And I thought, wow, look at that. There's visual validation of why I feel better. I did, again, here's another before picture, and then I spent a few minutes playing harmonics on my horn that would enhance digestion, or the solar plexus chakra. And this is the after picture. And digestion, let's see, the chakra corresponds to the process of digestion, went from the before state of aquamarine, which the software said meant feeling a calm satisfaction. That's where I started. But after about 3 minutes of playing these sounds, it went to magical blue. And the software says this magical blue means being in an intense state of beauty, harmony, and oneness with the divine, spiraling out of my center as a beautiful healing energy, creating myself as a clear conduit for healing myself and others. And I just want to point out that there's nothing special about me, that anyone can do this. Anyone can have that type of a change in that amount of time with these sounds that we're going to be playing with here and learning how to make. Again, I did another before and after with respiration, so the throat and the heart chakras, and they both changed these amazingly glowing with magical spiritual inner light and inspiring others, improving anything is possible. And there was so much white light being created at that point that I was more in my right brain than my left brain, and I was having trouble concentrating, so I had to kind of take a 10-minute break and let things sort of settle and come back and do a couple more. I then worked on the kidney, or the root, which was associated with the root chakra, and it moved to white, intense healing energy. So this is an example, sort of a tangible way of saying sounds affect matter. Matter vibrates, and if matter vibrates and sound is vibration, then sound affects matter for the better and for the worse. Well, we're going to work on how to use it for the better.